So welcome guys, it's Lee here, and I'm excited to start these calls again. I really miss connecting with the team, and this is our first call back, so I'm expecting it to be pretty intimate, and as the weeks go on, I'm sure there'll be a few more people popping in. In fact, there's a few people popping in right now. Hey Jen.
Hi.
So today I thought I would address the topic of success, and although when people find their type of success, it does, they're able to do things differently. So that part of success is very attractive, and we can call it sexy. Like I'm going to New York City tomorrow, and I could have never done that 8 years ago in the life I led, and Beachbody's allowed me to do things that are more attractive, sexy. However, the path to success, I think, is what I wanted to address today, and to talk about that because I know I've had conversations with many of you, and there are things that we do that we have to do every day, and they're insignificant little things that we do, and sometimes we don't want to do them. And you can even think about it like when you work out. You have to work out more than just once or twice a week to really see changes. And all of you here that I see on the phone know that, because you've all had personal transformations, and you know what it takes to get there. And it's not necessarily fun, it's work. But you are, when you get through the majority of, let's say, your program, pleased with the results, and you keep going. And sometimes it's small little things along the way that keep you going. Well, I look at work, and I look at sharing your passion and helping others as the same kind of process, where it's work. It's small little things that you do every day that add up to be big things, and they're so insignificant, each little thing, that they're really easy not to do. And I want to be the first to admit that I've gotten away from doing some of those things, and I'm feeling it now. And I want to talk about them and openly with you guys, because I feel like it's easy not to do the little things. So, and I want to talk about what those things are, because for me, those are the things that really make this business different. And many of you on the phone or on the call, you might be doing some or all of these things. And I have to say that the time and consistency are factors in this path to success. So just like in your fitness journey, if you do your program and you don't see results in your 30, 60, 90 days, you do them again. And you keep doing them, and you keep making tweaks, and you keep eating better, and life is coming at you, and there's always temptations to do other things, to eat things that might not be on your plan, to skip your workout because you want to go to the movies or a concert. So there's sacrifices that have to be made. And they're just choices. And I want to say that, the last 9 years, it's crazy that I've been a coach for 9 years, but there's a lot of things that have changed. And I think my life has changed, but my business has changed. But the basic things of connecting with people are always there. So I wanted to go through a quick training, and I have this is a little sheet that I photocopied. We did this training at the house one day. But I'll make sure I post this and share this. And it talks about, kind of setting your schedule up into different parts of the day, where you can look at things that you do to be successful. And I'm going to break it down into like just the basic steps as well. But on a high level, there's 4 areas that you can spend your day on. When you look at what you do as a coach, it could be recruiting, sharing, working with your very new people, and working with your top performers. So this is when you're a coach and you have a team. So in order to recruit, you need to be genuine and share who you are. So when we break this down into like the tasks that you're doing, people are going to be attracted to you because they like you. Hey, Dina. Good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
So they are going to be attracted to you because they want to be around you. And you want to attract people that are like you, because those are the people that you get, right? Because I can attract all kinds of people. I have a great story. First a fitness transformation and a business transformation. And it's going to be easier for me to work with people that get me, that are like me. Because when I share things that I do, they're going to go, oh yeah, I could do that. But if I attract people that aren't really like me, like I have a pretty outgoing personality. So if I attract someone, and I've worked with all kinds of people, and I can work with all kinds of people. So when I have a coach that I enroll that's shy, I still can help them, but they're not going to want to do what I do because it's going to be scary for them. So they might be able to grow a little and be a little less shy, but somebody who has a personality like me is going to go, okay, I'm going to try that. And they're not going to have any problems just going out and doing that. So they'll be able to mimic what I do more easily. So that's why when you attract people that are more like you, it's easier for them to find the same kind of success that you have. So I'm not saying that, you only want to attract people that are like you, because obviously you're going to change and grow over time. So your market is also going to change and grow. Okay. So in the recruiting section, you break it down into, the end goal is to recruit people. But how are you going to do that? So when I look at that, because that's something that I was doing a lot of. In fact, the year I was in the top 10, I recruited over 100 coaches that year. And I look at that statistic now and I am in shock, because last year I enrolled about 14 coaches. Okay. That's a dramatic difference. And you want to know really what changed? I changed. I just didn't talk to as many people. I didn't invite as many people. And then after not doing that for a while, I got kind of stuck. Like, I don't have anyone to invite. I don't even know how to invite. Like, the business changed. So I need to rediscover this. But I know how to do it. My God, I was the top recruiter for a long time, even in the company, right? Now, granted, our number one coach in the company last year or the year before enrolled 300 coaches. So things are different now, but it's the same concept. So to go back to recruiting, how do you recruit? Because this is the number one thing in the business, guys. If you want an income that's going to go crazy on you, or even that's going to replace a full-time income, okay, you have to recruit and build a team. Because I will talk a little bit about, I don't know how much, I figure we have about 30, 35 minutes. I don't want to make these calls super long. I want to give you good content and then have some time to address questions. But I was sensitive to, some of you are staying at home, but you're all busy. So I want to be sensitive to your time. So in order to recruit, like I was saying, is you're going to attract people that are like you. You want to help people understand who you are. You have to be, maybe not an open book, but you have to be sharing your life, whether it's in person or online. I don't care how you do it. You have to get to know people, to care about people, to ask people questions and connect with people. And how are you going to do that, right? I mean, the easiest way is to share who you are. Share the things that are important to you. And you can, I'm just going to mute the iPhone and just raise your hand if you want me to unmute it. When you look at how do you do that, right? You can look and break yourself out into 5 or 6 categories. What are the things that are most important to you? Many of you have families, have pets. If that's your biggest, have friends. So if family is first, if your job is your most important thing, if your faith is your most important, if fitness is your A1 number one thing, being a spouse, being a good Samaritan, being a volunteer. So you kind of pick the things that you like. Maybe you're a fashionista, maybe you're good at makeup, maybe you're a hairstylist, and you can give tips to others on how to braid, do updos, put your hair up, curl your hair, straighten your hair, I don't know. So the things that you like in life. Maybe you're an avid moviegoer, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you have learned how to meal prep. The things that are going to attract other people to you. Make it a point to find like 4 or 5 things that you're good at, that you like to do, that you can share every day. And when you start doing that, you're going to find and attract a community of other people that have those things as priorities. So if family and fun and fitness and food and faith are your 5 things, then when you talk about those things every day, people are going to go, oh yeah, like I like to go there and I like to watch her and learn from her and see her life because she's doing these fun things and she's with her family. oh, she's a Beachbody coach. What is that? Because if you can slowly integrate what you do into your posts, then people are going to see, okay, wow, she left her full-time job. Wow, she helps people. Oh, wow, she's integrating her fitness into this, and it looks fun, and she's traveling, and okay, look, she's spending time at home with her kids, but I have to go to work. What's that all about? So when they start to see what you're doing, I think people have a genuine curiosity about what it is. And then when you open that up, so that's something that I haven't done a good job at. So I can share who I am, and I've been able to take my posts from, maybe 10, 20, 50 likes to like 100 or more on certain posts, and interactions are higher on certain things. And I found that the things that people interact on are when I post pictures of my family, and when I talk about things that I do that are fun, when I talk about my husband, my kids. So those are the things that the people that are following me like. That's on my personal page. Another thing that you can do to branch out is to start a like page. Like pages, many of you on the phone have been working with them, but they allow you to advertise and to attract others into your life that you don't necessarily have already a friendship on Facebook with. They're just going to find you based on the things that you post, the topics that you post about, or your friends that have liked your page. So it just grows to a broader audience. That you now can message those people, but you also can pay Facebook to advertise this page for you to attract more people in those categories. And you can start to do subsets of who you're targeting and really focus on that. And that's paid. That's the investment in your business. What you do with those people, again, is what matters. You have to connect with them. So in that phase where you're connecting with people, you have to reach out. You have to ask questions, you have to build relationships with, and you have to give value. How are you going to do that? You can think about something that you can do to add value. Randy over here on the call, she is an awesome, awesome, awesome meal planner. Like, I've watched her, I've looked at her pictures. I'm so amazed and intrigued. And, when she gives tips about how to create this beautiful meal prep here, I'm going to tune in and listen. She can make 1-minute videos on how she makes her chicken, and I'm going to be tuning in and watching. So those are easy, quick wins for her. They're something she's already good at. She might not like to be in front of the camera, but then that's an area where she can work on. But when she posts that video, it's going to go viral because people need that. So find something that people need. Meal prep, food prep, family food meals, family suggestions. Those are things that are really popular, at least for the people that have been following me. I don't provide that content very often, but when I do, I know that those are the posts that are looked at and shared most on my webpage and stuff. So even if you're taking from your meal plan that you're following from Beachbody, when it's you and it's personalized, like, don't just put the recipe up there, show what you're doing. Then you can share the recipe, whether it's just a picture of it or you write it out. Those are the things that the people that follow you, because it's yours, you personalize it. There's a coach out there, Ashlyn Mitchell. I don't know if you know her. She's a Diamond coach on Stephanie Richardson's team. She's a newer coach the last couple of years. She'll share her meals sometimes on Instagram. She's Mama Bear Fitness. And she'll have like what I ate today, and it's so attractive. I just want to like live in her house and have her cook for me, because it's like simple stuff. And the other day I noticed she had her cinnamon gummy bears in a bowl. But like, it was so cute. And you're like, I want to follow her. I don't know. I just want to be like her. I don't know. So figure out a way to you're going to attract different people depending on who you are. So just start to connect with your audience and build that audience. And your goal is going to be to, from those people that are liking your stuff, connect with a few of them every day and add them to your personal network. Now, what I was going to say about this, I've done a really good job at growing my audience, finding people that I like, even inspiring people, because I work out, not every day, Andy knows. I work out 5 days a week now. Used to be 4. I try to do 6. Some weeks I do. It's an average of 5. But my struggle is out there. People know that I'm not perfect, that I struggle with commitment of working out, that, the sugar breaks back into my diet every 6 weeks or so, and I've got to fight it off again. Like, those are real things that I am. But I also help other people get to where, they need to be by sharing my story. with that, I think I've built a good part of it. But the next step is really being consistent and sharing what you do, inviting people to join you, and how are you going to do that? Jen and Amelia, they've done a really good job at creating opportunities for other people to hear what they do. They're inviting, but they also have been inviting to a coaching opportunity. Come hear what we do as coaches. And they're being consistent on their team about offering these up maybe once a month of come and sit down, and for the next hour, we're going to share some videos and tell you what we do. Or come and join my group, and over the next 4 days, I'm going to show you a glimpse of what coaching really is. I haven't done that. I've done a couple of them with other people because they've offered to do that. But I feel like those are the kind of things that once you get your following, you have to share it with what you do. Invite them to join you and be genuine. Like, listen, this is something I love. This is something I love sharing with other people. This is what it is. This is how you do it. Partner up with other people so that you can share this, and you don't have to run the whole thing. But basically, if you're not allowing people to come in and get a glimpse of what you're doing, you're ripping yourself off. And I'm telling you this from my own experience, because I'm looking at, well, then why don't I just have people knocking on my door to say, hey, I want to join your team? And the reason for that is because I haven't opened that door, right? So I can't expect it that people are just going to say, I love what you do, how can I do it too? Because some will. There'll be some people. But you have to be able to extend those invitations to people. So that's the key. You've got to make sure you're inviting people. And once you invite them, you have to know what to tell them. So if you are fine talking to them, it's great if you have a third-party tool. Because even if you know what you're talking about, when you can share something with them that you don't have to really tell them, they will, because the whole time that someone's listening to you, they're thinking, can I do what she's doing? So they're watching you, and they're like, okay, I can share my life, I can share my workouts, I can take selfies, I could do these things on Facebook, I can do that. But I can't invite someone to my business and I don't know what to say because she just told me, she's been a coach for 9 years and she just told me everything she does, and I couldn't repeat that. They don't even understand it. So I'm looking at, well, what is the best way to help somebody understand what you do? That's why these groups are great, because it's a joint effort, and someone can come in and go, oh, I can invite people to that group and do that. So that's good. But there's also videos from Beachbody you can use. Just something so that they don't feel like they have to turn around and be an expert right away, because fear stops people in their tracks. So when you're inviting, you got to be able to figure out, well, what is it that I can use? Whether it's maybe it's even your upline. Well, you know what? I'm kind of new. Why don't you get on the phone with me and my coach and we'll talk to you in person. We can do that too. But you got to be able to do that conversation. Videos are great. Groups are great because they're structured, they're condensed times, and they're not like, oh, I need to get on all these calls every week. And that takes a lot of time. So the basics that I wanted to run through, because I want to give you takeaways. You got to work on yourself. You got to spend, 10, 20 minutes a day reading and listening to audio. That's a very small amount of time. You can definitely do more, but start with 10 pages, 10 minutes. Get that in every day. When you do that consistently, the time that you spend on it will grow. The value you get on it will explode. You want to do that. You want to do your workout and drink your shake every day, which all of you on the call, most of you listening are doing that. But that's important because that helps you generate your story. It helps you have results, and how you feel when you do that is what you're going to use when you invite people. So when you are feeling great because you worked out and you got to say no to the cheeseburger and yes to the salad with chicken on it because you don't want to annihilate the results you had from your workout. The word is slipping off my head, but you don't want to counteract what you just did in the morning. You started out great, but by the time lunch came around, just going in and out. No, you want to keep that up. And I find that the days that I start with my workout, it's easier for me to stay committed to my food. So when you start your day out right, you're doing those things, you're doing your readings, you have positive things to say, you have energy, and excitement, and you share those things. You can plan out 3 or 4 things different in your topics that you like that you want to post every day, okay? So this is like a consistent, what I'm going to do every day. Again, this is not sexy, right? But this is not hard. I'm going to wake up, schedule my workout, drink my shake, eat a healthy meal, follow my meal plan, I'm going to get on Facebook and I'm going to say, just worked out, excited to go to lunch with my friend. Here's what I'm eating. Post something motivating. Okay, maybe you're doing your homework with your kids and you're going to give a third grade tip every day about a third grader. Great, I'm going to post that in the afternoon. Make sure people know that I'm taking time to be with my family because that's priority. And I don't know what I'll post at night. Maybe something anecdote that happened during the day that was funny because that people like to see that you're real. So whatever happened during the day that was real. Me eating the ice cream cone for dessert. Oops, got to splurge, whatever. Then tucking the kids in, reading a story, whatever. Just being who you are. Again, you're not going to post about your Beachbody business every day. But when you do have an opportunity to invite people, share some of your successes. Dina Sears, who's on the phone right now, is just shared an amazing post on her coach page. Inviting people, sharing why Beachbody coaching has become a priority in her life, what it means to her, and inviting people, if they want something similar, to take a look at it, to join her. And, always put a disclaimer at the bottom because success is determined by you, not necessarily just joining. But what I'm saying is that you don't want to post those every day because then you're out there, you're using your personal page, and Dina actually put it on our coach page, which is great. But you're not out there every day trying to sell. You're out there trying to connect. Okay, so creating that lifestyle takes time. Okay, it's not going to happen overnight. Creating a following isn't going to happen overnight. But the things that you can do every day to get there are small, tiny little things. So, Amelia, did you raise your hand, or you just no?
I was shushing my dog. Sorry.
Okay, sorry, that's okay. It's hard to see. It's okay. We're good. We're all good. I couldn't hear the dog. Okay, so going back to even okay, so now you're doing all the things that you need to do, but how is that building your business? Because that's really not going to build your business. That's going to start to build your following. Building your business is going to be by adding people to your network and connecting with those people. But the business building part doesn't happen until you start inviting, okay? You have to share your passions for how the business is changing your life and embed these into, flat out say this business has changed my life. Don't do that every day because, again, people want to see that your life is changing, and if they're following you, they're going to see it, right? Like people that followed me 9 years ago, I didn't even send my kids to day camp. I mean, I was known as a mom that just didn't do camp. Well, the reason I didn't do camp is I couldn't afford to do camp. Day camp for 3 kids for a week was like $600 then, dollars a week. And I'm like, well, gosh, if I send my kids to camp for 3 weeks, I can't go on vacation driving to California and getting a hotel room. So if I don't send my kids to camp, I can drive to California, get a hotel room. So that was kind of my philosophy. Well, 9 years later, my kids go to sleepaway camp in Wisconsin for a month, 2 of them. And, that's not $200 a week. And again, I never say online, oh my gosh, I'm sending my kids to camp for a month, this costing me a fortune. But I think people just start to notice, she's doing things differently. And so every once in a while, I can share how grateful I am that my life has changed, or grateful to a company that allows me to share my passion and help others, but that I benefit from in so many ways that I'm a better person, but I'm also able to do better things for my family. Now, in that post, I didn't brag about any kind of income, but people know if they follow me that my life has changed. You can say different things on how and why, but I'm saying that doing those things, and then every once in a while sharing and opening it up to, I'm very grateful. And I want to share this opportunity with others. So if you think that there's a way that you would, enjoy doing this, then contact me so we can talk about how you can get started. Or come and check this out. I have this group. The thing that you also have to pay attention to if you're marketing online is that most of the people that follow you don't see every single post that you post. And it's very interesting how Facebook works. I'll post some posts and I'll say, oh, I posted that 2 days ago. Why all of a sudden are people starting to comment on it? So Facebook will show certain people certain things. And then when certain people comment on that, then other people will see it. So there's all kinds of algorithms out there. And you have to not assume that because you post this, people saw it, okay? I'm not saying that you should repost it, but you gotta know that they don't always see everything. So it is okay, especially on a like page, to repeat something with the same, maybe a different picture, maybe the same picture, but to show it 3 or 4 times in a day if you have a large following is okay because not everyone's gonna see it. course, it depends on what else you're posting. If you follow Rochelle Griffin, she's one of the, I'm going to say, she's been around for probably like 7 or 8 years at Beachbody. She's one of Barbie Decker's coaches. She's a star diving coach. I think she's in the Millionaires Club. She has this like page out there, and she's Coach Rochelle, and she's giving life coaching, and she has a course or something that you can sign up for. And when she's about to offer her course or have a group, you'll see that come up on her feed. You know, she posts maybe 10 to 15 times a day. So when you see that come up 3 times in a day, it's okay. And the only reason you'd see it is if you scroll through her page. But most people don't scroll through your page. They're looking at their feed. Okay? So just know that if you are offering something like a sneak peek or a group, or you want to put something out there, it's okay to repost it on your page every day. Maybe not 5 times a day unless you're posting a lot. But again, just know that, again, Facebook isn't showing everybody everything. So if you're wanting some rules about how many people to contact, how many friends to add to your network, there's some standard guidelines. And what I wanted to share was some of the things I've gotten away from doing, because those are the important things that I told you I didn't have as many people to invite. I still have a lot of friends. But in the past, I'd had a lot of customers that I didn't know that I was connecting with. And I'll share with you the reasons I had those, because I was going out actively and connecting with my customers. So as a Beachbody coach, once you make Emerald Coach and you hit Success Club in any given month, you are assigned customers from the company. Those are the best gift in the world. And if you can connect with some or all of those people, even just to say, hey, I'm here for you, that's going to serve you in the future because you're helping them. The more people like that you have that are watching you, the easier it is to say, hey, you know, I noticed that you're doing this. Would you like a benefit by joining as a coach? You could share your results with other people. You know, there's just people to invite. So I've gotten away from connecting with all my customers. I used to connect and spend a lot of time finding them. I got busy. I got to saying, is that really worth it? Because those are activities that were worth it. But I didn't realize, I think, that I really was benefiting from them because they're small little things that are insignificant. Seemingly insignificant, I should say. They're not insignificant. They're seemingly insignificant until you realize that those were the people that you were connecting with. So what I realized is that's a really important thing. So spend time trying to connect with your customers. Spend time adding value to people. And when you do those two things, you should have a bigger audience of people that you can invite to, because you're going to be inviting people to join a fitness challenge. We've really been focusing on this call about joining your business, but joining your team and helping people get results. So you want to have a combination of both, because the best person to join your team is somebody who's familiar with the products and has passion about them. So yes, you can go out and find people using the products, but most of them will have coaches. That's okay. This is a relationship business, but you do always want to ask people, make sure that if they're working with the coach, then they go back to that coach. Don't try and just take other people's customers. But the people that you're working with, obviously, they'll want to join your team because they've seen how you are as a person and a coach and a mentor, and that's just like the next step. So it's great to actually reach out. And so I would say to spend 10 minutes every day trying to connect with your customers. That was something that I did. And I used to spend probably half an hour. I would search them on Facebook. I would friend request them. Now, one disclaimer here is if you're connecting with your customers that you don't know on Facebook, and you send them all friend requests, if they say, I don't know her, this is, you know, I don't know her, but you don't send any messages and they're just going, who's this random person? You could get in Facebook jail. So that's part of why I stopped, was because I was friending all these people and I got put in Facebook jail once or twice, and then I just got kind of frustrated and I stepped away from it. So I need to get back in the habit. And the way that I do it is I'll send them a personal message, send them an email. Texts have been working lately, but you also can friend them on Facebook. But send a message. Don't always friend request them. Once you send the message, it goes into this area. It's not quite an others folder anymore. It's like people who you don't know who are messaging you, and you can, shows up. They just have to click on it. Say, hey, I'm your coach. I just wanted to connect. I wanted to see how you're doing. I am here. I've used these programs. You know, Jen has a question. Jen, go ahead. Or something to say.
You know what I started doing that actually works really well is when I friend request them, and they accept, well, no, I friend request them and then I send them a message right away, which goes into that like crazy folder that they don't really know that they have. So once they accept, then I send the same exact message.
Okay.
And then they respond. But they, like I just did one, I did one yesterday and I had sent a message a week ago and she didn't even look at it, but then I resent the same message and she answered right away.
And it was because you had set the friend request and then sent the message after she accepted.
Right.
So yeah, so make sure, and then you can go through, Heather had showed us once on a live call how you can go through and you can take off any outstanding requests that are out there. And sometimes you want to do that because I don't know quite how Facebook works, but if you have too many outstanding requests, they can look at you and maybe put you in jail too. So if you're friending a lot of people that you don't really know, maybe you want to clean that up every once in a while. But if they're your customers, I mean, obviously you don't know them and they don't know you, so they might say, hey, I don't know her. But do your best to connect. So use the email, use the Facebook, and Jen said, if you're going to request them, send the message before you request them, seeing if they're going to accept, wait maybe a few days or a week, then send the friend request and send the message again. And hopefully that helps. I mean, again, it's hit or miss whether those people even use the email addresses they use for Facebook anymore. You don't know. So I think, and I found that I've gotten away from that. So that's one of the things I've gotten away from. I used to spend an hour to an hour and a half every night after my family went to bed, including my husband, connecting with customers. So the year I was top 10, I probably spent 3 hours a night after my family went to bed. I'm not saying you have to do this. I'm just trying to help you understand the path to get where I've gotten was not fun and sexy. It was including a lot of sacrifice. Was it worth it? Absolutely, it was worth it. And would I do it again? Yes. Would I continue that every day for the rest of my life? No. There's ways that you can pare down what you're doing and work smarter, not necessarily harder. So I need to get back to some of that connecting, because to me that was a great source of more people to help, more people to add to my team, and now I don't have those people just sitting around. I have to ask like the people in my life, my friends, my family, and I'm like, okay, this is getting repetitive. My warm market is drying up. Why? Because I'm not adding to my network. So the other thing to do, we've talked about this a lot, we've exhausted this on many calls, but is to go through the people that you might know. Facebook suggests them, but also go through the memory jogger. It's one of the documents on Facebook or on the Coach Online Office, and start adding to your network. Add 3 to 5 people every day, but don't just add the people. Okay, because I think I'm kind of guilty of this too. I add people every day to my network, but I don't connect with them. So make sure you adding is easy. Boom, 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 boom. You added 5 people, 3 accept. You can do that every day. That takes 1 minute, maybe 2. Spend 10 minutes going out, looking at that person's page, sending a genuine message, a thank you, maybe a why you connected, and make a comment on some of the things they posted. And do that every day. You're going to be able to fill your challenge groups every month. I guarantee you. It's going to take time. This business isn't magical. Like, okay, I added my 50 friends this month. How come I didn't sell any challenge packs? I told them I was having a challenge group. Okay. That's actually not going to work, and I guarantee you that you might get 1 sale from it, but where the magic happens is in the connection. So different people connect in different ways. There are some people that just get on the phone, spend 15 minutes on the phone with somebody, enroll them in their challenge group. I guarantee you, if you talk to 10 people on the phone, you can enroll 1 of them. That's scary. It's hard. It takes more time. 10 people on the phone for 15 minutes each. What is that? Like 2.5 hours of time. The reason it works is because they get to know you. You can build trust a lot faster than an internet message. Okay? I'm not saying you have to use the phone. I'm just saying to spend the time and build the trust when you do your inviting. It will work. So the formula, keep adding people to your network, to getting to know them and connecting with them, inviting them to your groups, whether it's your challenge group or your coach opportunity group. Obviously, you want them to use the products first, but they can start as a coach using the products. That's definitely acceptable. Sharing your life, authentically who you are, with 3 to 5 posts a day, maybe more. If you have a like page, you can balance between some stuff on your personal, but some stuff on your like page. That's all the sharing who you are. Inviting is kind of leads into your selling because you're going to make sales. It helps with your recruiting because you need to have new people to talk to, and you have to have content and be able to attract. What is it? Your vibe attracts your tribe. You got to have that there. And then as you're building your team, you're going to help your very new people get started, and you're going to help your performers. Those are the ones that are moving and doing stuff. Continue, okay? And you want to break these things out into like 25% of your day. Like if you work 4 hours a day, spend an hour recruiting, an hour inviting and selling, sharing, following up, an hour training your new coaches, and an hour working with your top performers. And now training your new coaches, Beachbody's made it easy. There's Coach Basics. This is just a printout of what's in the coach office. But there's an online course that you can use. You don't even have to start out with it customized. You can just take it, run it. It's a 1-month course. Then there's part 2. Yes, if you want a pared down version, there are those available. They're even on our training website, coachtraining101.com. But you don't have to create any magic. Really, you have to just find the people. The right people showing up, and this is one of my favorite sayings, you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. So if it's a right person, they're going to join you no matter how you fumble over your words and what you say. And if it's the wrong person, you could say the absolute right thing to them. They're never going to join you. So you have to take that fear out of your way, okay? Knowing that you just connecting with them and just being genuine about, hey, I really think that you would be good at this. I would love for you to join me. This is what it's about. Would you be interested? However you want to say it, don't worry about it. If it's right for them, they might ask a few questions, but they're going to say yes. And then, oh gosh, what do I do? Now that I signed up a coach, oh my gosh, I don't know how to train them. Okay, I've been there. I'm like, I don't have the right system. Just help them help people. This business is all about helping people. If you can help them help 3 people a month, they will find success. It takes time, okay? Consistency is where it's at. If you look at any coach on our team or any other team that's having success, that's creating more income for themselves, that are helping more people, it's because they are helping other people do what they do. They have a commitment. This is the bottom line of helping, 3 to 10 people every month. That's my goal is 5 to 10 people every month, minimum of 5. New people I want to help every month. Of course, I'm helping my current customers. Of course, I'm helping anybody else, but I'm always going for 5 new customers a month. And I'm helping them get started, putting them in a group, supporting them. And if you can help people do that, that's where your business is going to grow. So you want to be sure that you're helping people that are interested in growing their business. You can't help somebody if they're not interested in doing the work. And then with your top performers, just answer their questions, right? Okay, you're doing really well. What are you struggling with this week? And how do you know who your top performers are? People that are helping the most people, right? The people that are, the way that you can look in your coach office to see who they are is they have volume because their customers are buying stuff. Might be unfair to say that your top performers are always selling, but they're always helping. And their customers are always, they're always having new customers. Those would be if you have only 2 coaches that are really making Success Club, those are the 2 people that you want to help everybody. You want to look at who's moving their business by who's having volume. Those are the indicators of who you should help. And of course, those that are struggling that haven't had any sales yet, they're in the new category. You want to help them too, right? You want to help them. Maybe they don't know that they have a link generator that they could send to somebody, and then that makes it easy for them. Maybe they're just not connecting with people. Maybe all they do is say, yeah, you want to join my group? Here's information about 21 Day Fix. You want to buy it? So just look at what they're doing and just help them be like you, because you're here, you're successful, you're committed. And sometimes we forget what we do to get there. So the thing that I wanted to say, why I think this isn't sexy, is because it's work. It's not glamorous. It's just small little things. So it's being consistent. It's showing up. It's taking no and moving forward, but always know that no means not right now. And then pay it forward by asking others if they want to do what you're doing. You've had success using the products. Has anyone ever asked you what you're doing? Oh yeah, I have people who tell me, yeah. I've had 5 people ask me, and I've told them what I'm doing, and they're all doing Insanity right now. Hello, you're a coach. You just told 5 people what you're doing and they went and did it. You know, that's what we do. How would you like to have $100 for doing that? Maybe 200 every month for just telling 5 people. You're like, really? So it's scary. We make it like, oh my gosh, it's all this work. But it's really just about helping people. There's a lot of little things on my list. So a daily to-do list, you have challenge groups, you got to check in on them. The most important thing is wake up, do your personal development, do your exercise, drink your shake. Start your day, do all your other things you have to do around your house with your kids. You have to go to work. Add to your network, connect with new people, invite. Big thing here. Make sure to invite 10 people every day, okay? Because you need to, 3 to 5 is what they say. But invite 3 to 10 people a day to listen to an opportunity to join your team, to join your group, to get healthy, to drink Shakeology, any of those things, okay? You're posting on your Facebook, you're being genuinely you, you're starting a group for your new coaches or partnering with other people on the team and you're helping them get started. That's it. It's a wash and repeat. It's a Groundhog Day. Do those things and keep doing those things, and that's where success happens. And it doesn't happen if you do them for 30 days and you stop. Or a year, look at me, 5 years and you stop. Yeah, I'm still able to find success because of a lot of other cumulative things in my business. But is my new business, I didn't make Elite last year. I've made Elite 4 years, 4 or 5 years. I think 4 years. And Premier 1 year. So, but this year I didn't. And that's because I stopped growing my business. I stopped growing my new business. I stopped inviting. I stopped connecting with the people I needed to invite. They're out there. So the biggest advice I can give you is keep connecting, keep adding to your network, and keep inviting. Don't stop. Just because it's difficult, don't stop. Just because you're having success with it, don't stop. Okay? Those are 2 reasons you can stop. I'm going to end it in a minute, but I wanted to open this up for questions. If there's any, or comments from anyone. And to tell you that, I really miss you guys, that I appreciate you, and I know that, I can make time during the day, so going forward, this is hopefully a time that works for, obviously, you guys, and hopefully more, as it becomes more well-known that we're going to do this. Anyone have anything they want to add, or questions that they would have for me? I can make this list available too. No questions? Yes, Amelia.
It's not a question. I just wanted to give my personal take for what I've been doing with recruiting lately that I think has been really good, and it is really getting them on the phone. And I do that with all of my new leads and everything anyways, but with the past 3 people that I've added to my network with recruiting, they've all stayed active. One hit Success Club in her first month, and will go Emerald. And I just think that there's the different passion and power behind when they hear it, and just it's a sincerity thing. So and I just talked with someone on the phone today, and I think she's signing on Friday. So I think the phone is it's just a great way. And if that's the personal development part for you, then like you said, that's a huge thing. But I think the phone, and I think there's so much out there right now. There's Sensi and 31 and Isagenix and everything. There's an MLM for everything, that I think that when you make the personal connection behind it, that it kind of sets us apart from what we're doing. So that's just my personal take on kind of getting them to be more than just someone on your team.
Investment in people is big, and personal connection. This is a relationship business, and that's what I found is you can build relationships with just about anybody, but when people know you care, they care about you. They care about what you're doing. So take that time. It might be hard to find the time, but when you make time for someone, I had the greatest quote. Let me look. I just was looking at quotes last night. Hold on, this will be really good for everyone here. It was awesome. I didn't share it yet. Let's see if I can find it quickly. Oh, there's so many. If I had better eyesight, it would help too. Hold on. I'll have to share it in the group. Sorry. Okay, one more second. I think it was. Okay, I'm gonna have to look for it. It was just about anyone can make time. I'll go look for it. I'm sorry, I can't remember. I have a really bad memory lately. That's it. I just wanted to thank you guys. And again, I'm going to try and keep these calls to 30, 45 minutes. So we're at 45. I'll end it. I'll share this to-do list for everyone so that you have it, and post questions in the group. And thank you again for letting me see your faces and spend time with you. This is what fills my days, guys. This is what fills me up. This is what I need to get back to, because I said I've kind of missed out on a lot of things. So making a commitment to you to share with you how many of my customers I connect with. And by the way, I'll be out of town from Thursday to Sunday. So I'm going to have to work smart when I get back on Sunday, because I know that I'm going to pack today and be gone for 3 days. So it'll have to happen before, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So wish me luck. The scary things that they really don't take much time, but they're the things that matter. So again, matter to somebody else. Take time to care about the people in your life. Sometimes it seems that it takes more time to do that, but that's where you add the value. And I love seeing all these little cute faces. So give Noah a kiss. I know Lila was there. There was a few others. Dina's kids were there. Kiss those babies. Get back to work. Those of you that snuck away, thank you for doing that. Have a fabulous day. Heather, I think you're out run. No, you're back home. Thanks for making this happen. You guys are awesome. Andy, you're my man. Gretchen, I love seeing your face. I haven't seen you in a long time. You guys have a fabulous week. You can follow me. I'll be in New York for a few days, and then I'll be back on Sunday.